Question number 11. Consider the following statement about Mission Vasalya. It is an umbrella scheme for the widow protection services in the country. It is the implementation by the Ministry of the Women and Child Development. It is the component include the upscaling, institutional care and the emergency outreach services. Choose the correct code. B.
क्या कर दिया तुमने? टॉयलेट कर दिया। विराट ने टॉयलेट कर दिया।
Mission Vasalya is the umbrella scheme for the child protection services in the country. It's overseas. It is secure the healthy and the happy childhood and for the each and the every children. Every child in the country to ensure the opportunity to enable the them to the discover their the full potential. To assist status UTIs and deliver the mandate of the Juvenile Justice Act 2025 to achieve the sustainable development SDG goals. It's promoted family-based non-industrial care of the children in difficult circumstances. Hence, statement was incorrect. It is implementation by the Ministry of the Women's Child Development under the mission and the government plan to the partner and with the private sector as well as the volunteer group. Its component: strengthening services delivery structure and upscaling the institutional care and services, encouraging the non-institutional committee based upscaling institution care and services, encouraging the non-institutional committee based child care, emergency outreach services, training and capacities building. गाओ देख 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 देख
सो जाओ सो जाओ सो जाओ सो जाओ सो गया सो गया सो गया सो गया अच्छे से सो गया अच्छे से सो गया
पिटाई पिटाई लगाओ जल्दी हो रही है
सो गया सो गया सो गया सो गया सो गया सो गया उठ गया ना
Consider the following statement about the light weightage payment system. It is ensuring the uninterrupted and digital payment during the emergencies such as the natural calamities or war. It is the dependent on the exciting payment technologies like the Unifeed payment interfaces and national electronical fund transfer. Choose the correct code. First and second is correct. A is correct.
कैसे बोलते बार
कटे लाओ बच्चू. Statement analysis. The light weightage payment system is to the insured and uninterrupted and digital payments during emergencies such as the natural calamities or war. It can be operated from the anywhere and it is requires minimum staff during the emergencies and it will process critically transactions such as the bulk and payment and the interbank and payments during the extreme and the volatile situations. Hence, statement 1 is correct. And unified payment interface. NEFT, National Electrical Fund Transfer and RT. GS real time gross statement. The system operated on the minimalistics and hardwares and software. It get the activated only when needed. Question number 13. Consider the following statement. Agni 1 mission. It is the single stage and the solid fuels mission. It is the road. It is a road mobile capable of the carrying other nuclears headwares. It has the range of the 7,000 or 9,000 kilometer. A. It is the single stage and the solid fuels mission. It is the road and the mobiles capable of the carrying a nuclear warhead. Agni first is the single stage and the solid fuels missions. It was first test fired in the 2002 and it has been and the successfully test and the fired 11 times. It is the 50-meter long and the weight 12 tons. It is provided by other solid fueled rocket motors and has the statement 1 is correct. It is road and mobiles and which gives it is the high degree of the mobility and the makes it is difficult for and the enemy to target. It is capable of the carrying the nuclear warhead. It is other part of the India and the nuclear deterrent. Strategic Forces Command and SFC of the Indian Army uses it is the Hansen second statement incorrect. This missile has the capabilities of the strike targeted with other very high degrees of the precision and it has other range of the 700 or 900 kilometers and which gives it is the availability to the strike targeted in the Pakistan and the China. The latest upgraded to the Agni 1 and the missile included a new guidance system that makes it is more and the accurate and the new warhead and that the increase it is the destructive powers. Hence statement third is incorrect. Note the Strategic Forces Command and SFC is other strike and the services command and that forms part of India Nuclear Command Authority NCA. It was the created on the January 4, 2003 by and the exclusively orders of the Cabinet Committee on Security and CCS and headed by the Prime Ministers and Atal Bihari Vajpayee. It is responsible for the management and the administrations of the country and the tacticals and strategic nuclear weapon and stockpiles. A commanders in chief of the rank of the air marshals and head it. Question number 14. Question number 14. Consider the following statement dam and rivers. Sri Salem Dam B. 2 pairs. Sri Salem Dam. Godavari River and Golabram Dam, Krishna River and Mettu Dam, Kaveri River and Idukki are Periyar dams. Periyar River correctly matched. 2 only. Sri Salem Dam is Krishna River and Polavaram Dam. Polavaram Dam is Godavari River and Mettu Dam, Kaveri River and Idukki Ark Dam, Periyar River. Consider the following statement about the Central and the Electricity Authority. C. First and third is correct. It is other strategic organization constituted under the Electricity and Supply Act of 1948. It is advised the government on the matter relating to the national electricity and policy and EP. It is the designated authority for the cross-border trade of electricity. First and third is correct. D. First and third is correct. The Central Electricity Authority (CEA) is a statutory organization constitution under the Article Section 3 1 of the Repealed Electricity Supply Act of the 1948. It later continued and under the Section 70 of the Electricity Act of the 2003 background. It was established as a part-time body in the 1951 and made a full-time body in the year 1975 as per the Section 73 and of the Electricity and the Act 2003. The authority shall and the consist of not more than and the 14 member including it is the chairman and not more than the 8 shall be the full-time members appointed by the central government. It is the chairpersons and is the chief executives and of the authority and the functions. It advises the government on the matters and relating to the national electricity policy and EP. It is formulated the short terms and the prospectives and the plans and for the development of electricity system. It is the design is the authority for cross borders and trade of the electricity, and it is also prescribe the standard on the matters and such as the constructions of electrical plant and electric lines and the connectivity to the grid and safety and the grid standard and installations and the operations of matters. It is also the responsible for the consurance and of the hydropowers development scheme of the central, state and the private sector for the efficient development of the river and their the tributaries for power generation. Question number 16. Consider the following statement about the Kavach. It is the world's cheapest automotive and the train and the collisions protection systems, and it has been and the developed by the Russia Railways. It is at the safety integrity level 4 and the SIL and C. Kavach. Kavach is an the automotive train and the protection ATP and the electric system designation to help the Indian Railway and achieve zero accident. It is the objective is to the achieve safety in trains and operations across the Indian Railway. Kavach is the world cheapest automotive train and collisions protection systems. Hence, statement 1 is correct. Kavach has been the indigenously developed by the Research Designs and Standard Organization RDSO in collaborations and with the Indian industries. Kavach is other safety integrity level 4 and SIL 4 certified technology. Safety integrity level SIL and comes from to voluntary standard used by the plant owners. operation to the quantify and safety performance and requirement for hazardous operations. There are 4 seal levels 1 and 4. A higher seal levels and means a the greater process hazard and a the higher level of the protections. Research Designation and Standard Organization RDSO is a the research and the development organization under the Ministry of the Railway.
लग जाए चीज ले हट चलो दे ले
Question number 17.
बजा गया
Consider the following statement. Pet coke. It is one of the industrial by the product and the produced during the oil refining in China is the world biggest consumers of the pet coke. It is the cheaper than the coal and is a much more potent pollutant than coal. C 1 and 3 is correct. Pet coke is one of the industrial by the product and the produced during the oil refinery. It is dark and the solid carbon material. It is used as the source of the energy and carbon for the various industrial applications. And it is the abundantly and used in India in the several manufacturing industries such as the cement and steel and textiles. Hence, statement 1 is correct. There are 2 kinds of the pet coke and produced during the oil refinery which fuel grade pet and coke 80% and the calcium pet coke and 20%. India is the world biggest consumers of the pet coke and local producers and include the Indian oil crops and Reliance Industrials and Bharat Petroleum crops. And pet coke is significantly cheaper than the coal and has the high calorific and value and is the easier and to transport and store. Pet coke is a much more and potent pollutant than coals. It contain a the whopping 74,000 and ppm of the sulfur content and which is released into the atmospheres and the emission which is much higher than the vehiculars and emissions. It is also the source of the fine dust and which can get the through the filtering process of the human's airways and lodge in the lungs and which can cause the serious health problems. And it is released the sulfurs and nitrous oxide and mercury arsenics and chromiums and nickels and hydrogen chloride and which the contributes to the global warming. Description. Pet coke is the black finally and the divided residues and from the petroleum refining in the forms of the power and small pieces. Hazard. Pet coke is the liable to the heat and the can ignite and the potentially. PPE. Overall solas and the goggles and the filters and mask and the gloves and SCBA.
ले सो रे ले खाना खा लेना पहले खाना लिया अपन दोनों हैं लिया ना वो बना रही है समझे
The Helmand and River Treaty is signed between B. Afghanistan and Iran.
मैंने
Consider the following statement. Mosses are the only plant and that have the multicellular rhizome, and mosses have the well-developed and the vascular system, and mosses help to the shocks up rainfall and the maintain moisture in the soil below. How many of the above sentence and are correct?
मैं नहीं बुला रही, सोच कर रही ना, हाथ धो के खाना लेने से तेरे वो संजय तू
B. Only two.
देख संजय
State analysis. Afghanistan and the Iran signed the Helmand and River Treaty in 1973, and hence the options B is the correct. Its objective is to the regulated the allocations of the river's waters, and however the accord was neither and ratified nor fully the implemented, causing disagreements and the tensions to the persist. The Helmand is Afghanistan's longest river. It is the originated near the Kabul, Afghanistan, in the western Hindu Kush mountains ranges. It flows in the southwesterly and direction through the desert areas. It is the Implities and into the Lake Hamun, and which straddles at the Afghanistan-Iran borders. Lake Human Lake Humans is the largest freshwater lake in Iran, and it has the experienced either drastic declines in water levels and the attributed to the factors such as the droughts and the constructions of dams, and it is supported agricultural activities, livelihood and the economic sectors in the surrounding areas. Statement analysis. Mosses are the small, soft and the flowerless plant, and it is the belongs to the kind for and to kingdom and the plantae and divisions and the Bryophyta. They have the stomata cells and the specialize and for the photosynthesis gas exchange. Mosses are the only and the plants and that have other multiculars, cellulars and the regent. Regent is the root like the subterraneans and the tissues, and there the absorb water and the nutrient and forms the oil. Hence statement 1 is correct. Mosses are the non and the vascular plants, and which means they lack the vascular system. Example exgem and phloems. Hence statement 2 is incorrect. Mosses can also be the extremely useful as the habitat and indicators. Mosses are in amazingly and the resilience and the versatile groups of plant, and they do not have followers or seed. Mosses functions like the sponges, using their the capabilities species to hang on to water. They help to soak up rainfalls, maintain moistures in the soil below, and keep conditions around them humid. This enables other the plants and around them to the thrive, and such as in the habitat like marshes and the woodland. Consider the following statement about the National Statistic Office. It is work under the Ministry of the Finance. It is complies and the release the Consumers Price Index (CPI). It is complies and the release the Index of the Industrial Production (IIP). A second and third is correct.
रोटी खाएगा ना, रोटी खाएगा, रोटी खाएगा।
Statement analysis. The National Sample Survey Offices NSSO and merged and with the Central Statistic Office CSO to the forms the National Statistic Office and NSO in 2019. NSO is under the Ministry of the Statistics and the Programs Implementation MOSPI. Hence, the statement 1 is incorrect. The SO and act as the nodal and agency for the planned and development of the statistical systems in the country. It is lays down and the maintains the norms and the standard in the field of statistics, and it is the coordinated the statisticals and works in respect of ministries department of the government of India. It is the prepared national accounts as well as the publishes and the annual estimated of the nationals product and government and provided private finance consumptions and expenditures capitals formation saving etc. It is complies and release the consumer price index and CPI. It is maintain the lasers and with the international static organizations the compiles and bring out report as per the international regional commitment, and it is the complies and release the index of the industrial productions and IIP every month. Hence, statement 3 is incorrect. It provided statisticals and informations to access. The changes in the growth and compositions and structure of the organization manufacturing sectors. Consider the following statement regarding the Gulf of the Mannar. It is India's first marine biosphere reserve. It is the first marine biosphere reserve in Southeast America. Choose the correct code. See both 1 and 2. Gulf of Mannar is in the inlet of the Indian Ocean between the southeastern India and the western Sri Lanka. It is the bounded and to the northeast by the Rameshwaram Island and Adams Rama Bridge, a chain of the shoals, and Mannar Island. The Gulf received the several rivers and including the Tamrapadti, Parni, India, and the Aruvi, Sri Lanka, and the port of the Tuticorin is on the coast. It has been renounced and forced it's the highly and productive and the PLs and bank and the religions significant. The government of India designated and ate it as the country and the first marine biosphere reserve, and in the 1987-89 the Gulf of the Mannar and National Park, and has also been identified as the important bird areas by the BNHS Birdlife International because of its rich and the avian fauna. The Gulf of the Mannar Biosphere Reserve have been identified as an the important marine mammals areas of the world by IUCNs, and due to its the dugong populations and others the marine mammals presence. The Gulf of the Mannar becomes the first marine biosphere reserve in the Southeast Asia. Hence, statement 2 is correct. 2. Question number 22. Consider the following statement by necrophilia. It is in the ficosexuals statement. Disorder. It is the punishable and the offense under the Indian Penal Code. Choose the correct code. A. A only correct. Necrophilia is the physiosexual disorders and classifies under the DSM and 4 amongst a group of the disorders and called the paraphils. Paraphils include the disorders like the pedophilias and exhibitionism and the sexual masochism and necrophilias and could be the result of rage and experimentations or the lust and rather than the sexual necessary or habits. The provision of section 375 and 377 of the Indian Penal Code and make it clear that the dead body cannot be killed, either human or the person, thereby thus provisions of the IPC and would not apply. High Court classified that the sexual intercourses and on either dead body are nothing but the necrophobia. Hence, it is not the punishables and offense under the section 376 and punishment for rape of the Indian Penal Code. Hence, statement second is correct. Question number 23.